Good morning, everyone. Welcome to A Square classes. At the beginning, today, as we have met here, we are going to start with the very last session of your ecology. That is the last unit of your NCRT. That is unit 10th, ecology we are beginning. And in this, we are going to study basically the 4 chapters of your NCRT. What are those chapters? As we are beginning with ecology, we are with the unit, that is ecology is what? Ecology is unit 10th of your NCRT, which is of unit 10th of your NCRT, and we're going to see total 4 chapters which involves organism and population, organism and population, organism and population. Secondly, ecosystem. Third, biodiversity. And conservation. Biodiversity and conservation. And the very last chapter, environmental issues. So, as I said we are beginning with a very last session or a very last unit of your NCRT. We are going to see totally 4 chapters. Those 4 chapters are organism and population, ecosystem, biodiversity and conservation, and environmental issues. Clear? See, this unit is very important. Why it is very important? Every year it has its importance of questions. Basically, if among these 4, the very most important is this, and you can't miss this also. If I say this, then ma'am this is not important, this is also very important. Then comes environmental issues. बच्चों पता है environmental issues से 2 क्वेश्चन तो हर साल आते हैं. कभी वर्ल्ड फेमस डे, वर्ल्ड एड्स डे, सारे जो डेज होते हैं ना वो एनवायरमेंटल इशू से पूछे जा सकते हैं. फिर वो ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट वगैरह, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो ये चैप्टर पढ़ना, इट्स लाइक अगर एनसीईआरटी कर लिया तो भी हो जाता है, बट इतना आसान नहीं है. क्यों ये आसान नहीं है? बिकॉज वी ऑलवेज सी, अगर चलो लास्ट में पढ़ लेंगे, एनसीईआरटी कर लिया तो हो जाएगा, बट जो छोटे छोटे जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, व्हेन वी गो थ्रू दोस कॉन्सेप्ट, व्हेन वी रीड, वी अंडरस्टैंड दैट ओ, because you know why student memorizing thing is very easy. Students thinks it's very easy, but when you start to understand things, you come to know the importance of it. So this unit is, as it seems, it's very easy, ये बहुत easy, last में पढ़ लेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. ये बहुत important है, क्योंकि I will tell you, almost अगर ये चारों चैप्टर पकड़े तो टोटल 16 क्वेश्चंस आए हैं 2014 में. 12 क्वेश्चंस थे 2016 में. ये इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है. लास्ट if I back 4 years, this weightage of this 4 chapters were that much, and now also it is that much. एम्स में भी इससे रिलेटेड बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं, और नीट में तो पूछे ही जाते हैं. मतलब नीट में तो काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है ये चैप्टर. ये चारों चैप्टर्स हमें पढ़ना इंपॉर्टेंट है. ये तो हो गया चलो एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में, कि ये हो गया कि चलो 16 क्वेश्चंस, 12 क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. और अगर बच्चों मार्क्स की बात करें, कम से मिनिमम मार्क्स आपको जो ये चारों चैप्टर से मिल सकते हैं वो 16 मार्क्स हैं. मिनिमम 16 है, मतलब 4 क्वेश्चंस पकड़ लो आप, और मैक्सिमम तो आप जोड़ सकते हो कि 64 मार्क्स या फिर 12 4 48 मार्क्स. ठीक है, तो ऐसे इतने इंपॉर्टेंट वेटेज है इन चैप्टर्स का. सो डू नॉट एवर ट्राई टू मिस ओवर दिस चैप्टर. सो एग्जाम की बात हो गई, सिलेबस की बात हो गई कि हम ये चारों चैप्टर्स पढ़ने वाले हैं. हम इनमें देखेंगे कि ऑर्गेनिज्म, पॉपुलेशन क्या है, इकोसिस्टम क्या है. बायोडाइवर्सिटी में हम देखेंगे कि व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ प्रिजर्वेशंस ऑफ हर्बेरियम, फिर व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ बॉटनिकल गार्डन, जूलॉजिकल पार्क, ये सारी चीजें हम देखेंगे. ठीक है. देन एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज में हम देखेंगे व्हाट आर द मेजर एंड एसिड रेन, एंड व्हाट आर अदर issues which are affecting the environment, atmosphere, that those structures which we are going to read. So before we go with organism and population, the very first chapter, let me tell you what is ecology. अगर आपके normal tone में कोई पूछे कि what is ecology, then you will say ecology is defined as it is a branch of biology. It is a branch of biology which deals with the it is a branch of biology. याद रखना बच्चों, it is a branch for basically it is a branch of biology which deals with the study of interrelationship among organisms, interrelationships among organisms and interrelationships among organisms and interaction and physical So my friends, बच्चों, now let's break the definition. ये तो हो गया हमारा लंबा चौड़ा डेफिनेशन, क्या है इकोलॉजी, फिर डिफाइन कैसे करते हैं. इकोलॉजी इज अ ब्रांच ऑफ साइंस व्हिच डील्स. तो अगर हम इस डेफिनेशन को ब्रेक करें तो इट इज डिफाइंड एज, इसको हम कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं. फर्स्टली इट इज अ ब्रांच ऑफ, किस चीज का ब्रांच है ये, बायोलॉजी. ये ब्रांच ऑफ बायोलॉजी, ये ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है विच इज अ ब्रांच ऑफ बायोलॉजी विच डील्स विद द स्टडी. नाउ इट कम्स स्टडी ऑफ two things, interrelation, study of interrelation. Now what is interrelation? The question comes, what is interrelation between the organisms? I'll tell you how. Suppose imagine a tiger. What is the need, what is the procure requirement of the tiger? Tiger basically depends upon the deer. For what? For food, right? Tiger basically, see, depends on food for what? For deer, correct? Okay. Deer takes energy, food from where? From plants. This plant obtain nutrients from soil and air gases, that is oxygen, CO2 from air, right? Correct? See, tiger depends on food for deer. Deer takes its food from plants, and plants obtain its basic nutrients and requirements from the soil and from air with the help of oxygen and CO2. With the help of CO2, plants make their own food. That is autotrophic way of nutrition. Similarly, this depends on deer depends on plant. That is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. When this tiger is now completely dependent on this deer. Got it? So they have some interrelationship between them. Can you see how these things are related? See how these things are related? This is what? This is interrelationship, right? This is interrelationship. We are going to study basically interrelationship. Interrelationship among the organisms. Can you see among the organisms? Among the organisms. Now you should ask me question, ma'am, you told me this is interrelationship. Okay, I agree with you, ma'am. Then what is this organism? How can you say something as organism? When will you say something as organism? My friends, I'll tell you. So the question comes, now what is organism? किसी के पास जवाब है? है तो बोलो. Now what is organism? The question comes, what is organism? See, tiger, I showed you a proper interrelationship between the organism. तो मैम आप बोलोगे कि मैम अगर आप बोल रहे हो तो फिर आपके हिसाब से टाइगर एक ऑर्गेनिज्म हो गया, डियर एक ऑर्गेनिज्म हो गया, प्लांट एक ऑर्गेनिज्म हो गया, तो क्या न्यूट्रिएंट्स भी आएंगे? कैसे होगा? ऑर्गेनिज्म, आई टेल यू व्हाट इज ऑर्गेनिज्म, ठीक है? एंड इंटरैक्शन between the organisms and the physical environment. क्या बोला था मैंने कि it is first of all it is an interrelationship between among the organisms. Then comes what? It is an interaction between the organisms, between the organisms and physical environment. So when it comes to a topic of physical environment, this is what? This carbon dioxide, this oxygen, this nutrients, this from the soil, this is what? This is actually what? We are taking something from physical environment में present है ना ये सब कुछ. They are grasping something from environment, right? So this is what it is. This is what the relationship between organisms and physical environment. And here goes the definition among it. Clear? समझ में आया? Ecology is defined as branch of biology. First of all, it is a branch of biology, a one subject from biology which involves study. It involves study of interrelationship, how the organisms are interrelated with each other, and physical and how the organisms are also related with the physical environment. These two interactions, and when we study these two interrelationship, that topic we consider it as ecology. Definition clear हुआ first of all? Okay. Now comes very सबसे छोटा सा और सबसे बड़ा सवाल कि और मैम आपने बोला कि ऑर्गेनिज्म, फिर ये हम ऑर्गेनिज्म्स किसको कंसीडर करेंगे और कैसे कंसीडर करेंगे? तो I'll tell you. Wait. See my friends, macronutrients cell form tissue, group of cell combined together and form tissue. बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, right? Group of cell combined together and form tissue. Then when group of tissue combines and forms what? Organ. Group of organ form and work together and function together is called as what? Organ system. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Organ system बोलते हैं. And when this organ system specifically work in an organism, in an body, is called as what? Organism. समझ में आया? यहां से ठीक है. अब यहां इसके ऊपर का क्लासिफिकेशन हम सो ऑन देखेंगे, ठीक है? वो अभी बचा हुआ है. Remember my friends, from where did we started? We started from micromolecules, macromolecules, we came to cell. Macromolecules unite together and form a structure that is called as cell, which is mostly absorbed in the microscope. And then group of cells combine together and form tissue. Group of tissue combine together and form what? Organ. Group of organ functions together and form organ system. And when this whole system is seen together, it is called as what? Organism. This whole system is present in one entity. Is called as what? Organisms. Clear hai? And this is the meaning of organism, which we are going to see the very first chapter of ours, that is what? Organism and population. Organism and population. So मैंने आपको मतलब समझाया what is organism, कैसे अराइव हुआ? Macromolecule, cell, tissue, organ system, and group of organism. Now how these organisms are further classified, how they functions, what are their behavior, what are their phenomena in environmental factors, what are the affect influencing factors to them, this all we're gonna see. Okay, अभी तक तो हमने देखा कि organism and population हम आ गए अपने पहले चैप्टर पे. Then we saw how is organism formed, what type of system and what type of cell or what type of phenomena, what type of entity we called as organism. So this is called as an organism. Clear? Now this was very lower level of classification which I told you. Before going to the subject, I like to tell you something. You know, the term ecology, before we go to organism and population, mark few star points. The term ecology was coined by, किसी को पता है? तुम्हारा फेवरेट टैक्सोनॉमी में पढ़ाया था इस बंदे को, अर्नेस्ट हेकल. The term ecology was coined by Ernest Haeckel. And remember one thing, ये वो बंदा था जिसने ecology वो term दिया था, but this term was authentically used by Ritter. Don't get confused between these two. क्वेश्चन में हमेशा ये दोनों नाम रहेंगे, एंड that is a point where you'll get confused. Why it is so confusing? Because बहुत सारे बुक्स अर्नेस्ट हेकल और रीटर को एक कर देते हैं. नहीं बच्चों, firstly the term ecology was actually coined by whom? Ernest Haeckel. And उसको authentically use किसने करा? Which made ecology forward, which made to study of it, which made a lot of steps in it, which was termed given by Rater. So these two are different phenomena. Clear? पहली बार किसने use करा? Ernest Haeckel ने. And who made ecology in existence was Ritter. So उसी के लिए हम उसको हमेशा बोलते हैं कि the term authentically used was Ritter. Coins में different है. Remember the name. Many books you will do lot of mistake, and this name is very important. Now comes father of ecology. Father of ecology is Alexander von Humboldt. Father of ecology is Alexander von Humboldt. Father of Indian ecology was, किसी को पता है? This is very important. Ramdev Mishra. Ramdev Mishra is termed as father of Indian ecology. He is very important person, और ये please नाम मत भूलना. And ecology, the term ecology was authentically used by Ritter in the year of 1869. ये year मत भूलना, ठीक है? This was asked question in AIMS, I think 2008 or 2007 something. उन्होंने year पूछ लिया था, and students got confused. So don't forget the name. The term authentically used, that is which term? The term ecology. ठीक है? The term ecology authentically was used by Ritter in the year of 1869. Remember? Got it? क्या देखा हमने कि the term ecology was given by Ernest Haeckel. The term ecology authentically was used by Ritter, and the father of ecology is Alexander von Humboldt, and the father of Indian ecology is Ramdev Mishra. Never get confused between father of ecology. Father of ecology is not Ritter. It is Alexander von Humboldt. बहुत लोग ये पढ़ा देते हैं कि मतलब it is Ritter, but it is wrong. It is almost Alexander von Humboldt. You can check through recent one of his book. It has been ecologist something. His book is there. It has been mentioned clearly that he is the father of ecology. So go through references. When you get confused, go open book, open journals. You will get it to know. Don't just sit and what is said just mug up. इधर उधर की बातों से half knowledge is also very dangerous. So remember the point what I said, because I say clearly and precisely. Before coming to class, I go through 2 to 3 books, then I say. So don't forget any of it point. Okay. Now comes, what are the branches of ecology? किसी को पता है कुछ? मैं बताती हूँ. There are two main important branches of ecology, and this includes autoecology and synecology. Now, what do you mean by autoecology and synecology? Something as the name itself suggests that autos means something within. Autos means something one. Auto means something automatically, as it says. Autoecology is the reciprocal relationship between one species and physical environment. Between one species and physical environment. Example, relation of tree in a forest. tree in a forest. When you study what is the interaction of tree with the physical environment, of a lone tree, a fig tree, or any other banyan tree, or mango tree, any other tree, with its physical environment or with its surrounding, you call this as autoecology. But when you study different types of trees, different types of organisms, togetherly with the physical environment, that is called as synecology. So when we call as synecology, it is defined as the reciprocal relationship between two or more species, the reciprocal relationship between two or more species, and physical environment. Study of relationship of forest with its study of relationship of forest with its physical environment. What do you mean by physical environment? किसी ने सवाल पूछा? You should ask question. Physical environment मतलब क्या? क्या होता है ये फिजिकल? मैम आप डेफिनेशन में भी बोले थे फिजिकल एनवायरनमेंट, फिर आप अभी भी बोल रहे हो फिजिकल एनवायरनमेंट. क्या है ये फिजिकल एनवायरनमेंट? I'll tell you what is physical environment. Physical environment basically includes like air, temperature, soil, water. See, these organisms are interacted with these four types of various components present in the environment: air, temperature, soil, water, right? Aren't they? They are, right? So this type of interaction with the outside the body in the environment is called as physical environment. When a physical body is interacted with other factors or the influencing factors present in the environment, such type of factors is called as physical environment. For example, they are air, temperature, soil and water. There can be many more factors. When we will see environmental factors, we'll get clear through it. For now, you remember this. These are the physical environment. Clear? Next. After this, we are going to see classification of organisms. That we'll see what is. Now we have begin with organism and population. So as of we have begin with this chapter, we are going to see the very important part of it, that is ecological hierarchy. Up till yet we have seen, we begin with the ecology sessions. We have seen definition of ecology, what is ecology, what are the branches of ecology, what relationship we are going to study, what is physical environment, what organism shows relationship with it. Those things we have very clear in this up till yet. Now we are going to begin with the chapter one step ahead, and that is ecological hierarchy. Ecological hierarchy. What do you mean by hierarchy? It's very common word. Most of the terms were used hierarchy. Can anyone say what do you mean by hierarchy? बताओ, चलो. अच्छा, ऐसा होता है क्या? Oh, you say hierarchy is something to make a arrangement of thing, to arrange things into ascending or descending order. That phenomena, the arrangement of things into ascending or descending order, is called as hierarchy. It can be either ascending order, it can be either descending order, it can be either midway, or anyway. When you arrange something on basis of rank, on basis of order, that is called as hierarchy. Clear? Chalo. Ecological hierarchy is the arrangement of the ecological phenomena or processes It is the arrangement of ecological phenomena or processes in and ascending or descending order. As I said, ecology, it is an arrangement of ecological phenomena or processes, any processes occurring or any entity, even you can write as entity or anything of ecological thing in an ascending or descending order is termed as ecological hierarchy. Ecological hierarchy. इकोलॉजिकल हायरार्की समझ में आया क्या है ये? बेसिकली जब भी हम आगे बढ़ेंगे तो हम देखेंगे क्या क्या होता है इकोलॉजिकल हायरार्की में. इट इज बेसिकली अरेंजमेंट ऑफ द थिंग्स इन असेंडिंग और डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ इकोलॉजिकल थिंग्स. व्हाट आर दिस इकोलॉजिकल थिंग्स? यू विल सी स्पीसीज, यू विल सी पॉपुलेशन, यू विल सी कम्युनिटी, यू विल सी लैंडस्केप, यू विल सी बायोम्स, यू विल सी बायोस्फीयर. So I have talked now. You will say, ma'am, what are you talking about? We don't know anything about it. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So the next step is this. Clear? So what is ecological hierarchy? Now we'll see the level of classification. My friends, before moving to this thing, I have told you one thing very clearly. Before moving to this thing, I have told you one thing very clearly, that macronutrients, group of cells togetherly form tissue, group of tissue togetherly form organ, group of organ togetherly form organ system, and group of organ system when present in one entity, that is termed as what? Organism, or it is also referred to as individual. Clear? Group of organism when present in a proper geographical area, they are termed as population. When this population is able to reproduce and they are of same kind, functionally, structurally, and belong to reproductively same parents, they are called as species. I'll tell you the definition of each and thing. They are called as species. So, from where we have started? Macronutrients, micronutrients combinedly form cell, cell form tissue, tissue form organ, group of organ form together organ system. When these things are present in a single entity, it is called as organism, and group of organism when present in a proper geographical area, that is called as population. Group of population when they are able to breed, that is when they are structurally, functionally and aesthetically equal, same kind to each other and reproductively, they are called as species. And group of species together form what? Form community. And group of community together form what? Ecosystem. And group of ecosystem landing together forms landscape. And when this landscape resides in a different region with a group of ecosystem together, that is called as biome. And when this biome exists in a globe or a proper group with all the phenomena including, that is atmosphere, lithosphere, lithosphere, that is called as biosphere. Air, water and land. Can you see the big classification among it? This is what the agenda goes and this is what the cycle goes. From year to year. Here to here. Okay. So now I'll tell you. Macronutrients, cells, tissues, organ system, organism. Till organism, they show lower level of classification or lower level of organization. This is what lower level of organization. Clear? From a population above the organism, this is togetherly called as higher level of organization. What is it called as? Higher level of organization. It is called as higher level of organization. It is called as higher level of organization. Please make a note of it. It is very important. Because why it is important, I'll tell you. This is what our ecological hierarchy is. From here you can see organism, population, species, community, ecosystem, landscape, biome, biosphere. If someone asks you what is ecological hierarchy, you should tell ecological hierarchy is organism, population, species, community, ecosystem, landscape, and then comes biome, and the last but not the least, biosphere. अब तक हमने देखा इकोलॉजिकल हायरार्की. मैंने आप सबको बताया कि इकोलॉजिकल हायरार्की में कैसे याद रखते हैं, क्या याद रखते हैं. तो उस इकोलॉजिकल हायरार्की में हमने दो क्लासिफिकेशन देखे. पहली चीज देखी लोअर लेवल ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन एंड देन हमने देखा अपर लेवल ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन. इन लोअर लेवल ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन वी सॉ मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स combined together form cell combined together form tissue combined together form organ combined together form organ system, right? ये हमने देखा था. क्लियर, यहाँ तक क्लियर था. तो फिर हम organ system, जब मैंने आपको बताया कि अगर ये सारी जो चीजें या ये सारी जो processes है, if exist in one single entity, that is called as what? That is called as organism. And from organism we begin a ecological hierarchy, or group of organism combined together and form species group of species combined together and form population. And when this population, how it is arranged, I am going to tell you. See, सबसे पहले मैंने आपको बताया organism is also referred to as individual. Then comes organism, population, group of population residing together, group of organism residing together in a proper geographical area, that is called as what? Population. Clear? इसे पहले वाली क्लास में बताया था. Population. Then comes what? Group of population living together and having a property of reproductive isolation, that is called as what? Species. Organism, population, species, group of species living together forming a what? Community, right? And different types of community: biotic community, abiotic community, factors of community, plant community, animal community, microbe community. When this different types of community live together, we call them as communities. Got it? Clear? And then group of communities living together and forming what? Ecosystem. And this ecosystem, when subsidized to a particular land areas, that is called as what? Landscape. And this landscape also proceeds our ecological hierarchy by what? Biome. And then here it comes what? The last but not the least, I said as usual, biosphere, which contains atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere. Atmosphere air, lithosphere land, hydrosphere water. I'll tell you what are the components of biosphere. So I told you हम जो पढ़ रहे थे ecological hierarchy. Ecological hierarchy में हमने देखा organism, population, species, community, ecosystem, landscape, biomes and biosphere. Now we will see the definition of organism. पहली हेडिंग डालिए इकोलॉजिकल हायरार्की में ऑर्गेनिज्म और इंडिविजुअल. फर्स्ट हेडिंग इज व्हाट? ऑर्गेनिज्म. इट इज द smallest group of classification. It is the smallest group of classification. It is the smallest group in the classification. Organism is what? It is the smallest group in the classification. As I said, it is a smallest group of classification and it is a Also it is referred to as with a organized lifespan, which is also referred to as organized and fixed lifespan and life processes. Is, if you say about it, it is a distinct entity. It is a distinct entity which carries, it is a distinct entity which carries all the life processes, it is a distinct entity which carries all the life processes in a single unit, that is body. Its body in a single unit form, that is body. Clear? First of all, we read about organism. It is the smallest group of classification. Second thing, it has organized lifespan and fixed life processes. It is a distinct entity, a specialized entity which carries all the life processes in a single unit form, that is body. Clear? This is all what about an organism. Now we are going to move to the second strata of the ecological hierarchy. That was what? Can you tell me? Population. That was population. To as group of organism, write down my friends, these are perfect and important definitions which can be given in the form of statements, which comes in the form of questions. So when you memorize this definition, you get easy click and you don't get confused between the different stratas of ecological hierarchy. Got that? Clear? That's what. Population, group of organism living, group of organisms living in a particular geographical area, group of organism or individual living in a particular geographical area is referred to as population. Clear? Now I'll tell you types of population, which involves local population, sister population, and local population, sister population, and third one is metapopulation. How populations are different from organism. So I said group of organisms subsidizing or living or carrying out their life process or maintaining the relationship between the interrelationship between the external factors, that is called as what? That is called as population. When we talk about group of organism together, not only one organism, we talk about two or group of organism together, about their functions with their physical environment, that time it is referred to as population. And why do we consider geographical area? Because when organisms live in a geographical area, they carry out a particular habitat. They have the particular sense of living, they have a particular way of carrying out their life process, they have a similar type of interaction with its physical environment. That is why we always refer to as what? Population with a particular geographical area. Geographical area, it can be related to their food items, can be related to their farming, agriculture, land, their textile behavior or their occupation. These things vary according to their geographical areas. So now I told you about there are three types of population. We basically classified population as three types, and those three types are local population, sister population, and meta population. So you got clear now what is population. Then the question comes, what is this local population? Local population is very simple. It is population living in a particular area. Now, ma'am, you should ask me one question. Ma'am, you said group of organism living in a particular geographical area is a population. Then why it comes as the population living in a particular area is called as local population? Why? Because, for example, Homo sapiens. Example, listen to it carefully, okay? Homo sapiens living in hills. Homo sapiens living in plains. See, I told you particular area. Now, hills is also a geographical area. Plain is also a type of geographical area. So this is what? The group of organisms, right? What is Homo sapiens? Group of organisms. So this is population. But what kind of population it is? Local population. Why? Because they subside into a particular area. This is the reason why it was called as a local population. Why it is called as local population? Because on the basis of what particular area they live or they carry out their life processes, it is termed to as a local population. Please make a note of it. You know what? This local population is also called as DEMS. This local population is also called as DEMS. You have we mostly talk about demographic data. What do we study in demographic data? We basically study the relationship of population, the amount, the number of population, what kind of species, the male quantity, the female quantity. What is this? This is what demographic data, through which we find out the sex ratio, through which we find out the compatibility, through which we found out the marriage incompatibility between the male and the female. So why study of population is very important. You got that. We come to know the number of youngsters in the country. We come to know more the number of old age in the country. We come to know the number, we come to know the number of people. What kind of people? If suppose a country like Germany has mostly old age people. It is said that, it's a general knowledge, country like Germany has mostly the old age people. So now Germany will have its own demographic data. Why it is necessary to have a demographic data for a Germany, not only to Germany, it's just example, it is essential for each and every country, because see, when you carry out with your health process, what other disease are there and the risk to get it, what other next step we should be firm, what the future generation will be, what type of resources we should use, what type of industrialization we should promote, what type of mechanization we should do. That basically provides what? Population. That is demographic data. That's why study of population is very important. Clear? Just make a note of it. Now comes the sister population. What is sister population? Sister population is different organism, different population of same organism found at different geographical area, is called sister population. A very good example of it is, as I gave you the example for Homo sapiens living in hills and Homo sapiens living in Spain. Now, if we conclude this Homo sapiens of hills and plains, they will be called as sister population. They are called as what? Sister population. They are connected through They are different population but connected through same organism. They are what? Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens. So their organism is same, but they are different geographical areas. Some live in hills, some live in plains. So these two are what? These two are referred to as sister population. Clear? Any doubt? Please ask if you have any kind of doubt and get sorted then and there itself. The very important point, that is metapopulation. Metapopulation says group of population get connected through dispersed form. Suppose this is group A, this is group B. Now, how, as I said, if they both are lives, this is also Homo sapiens, this is also Homo sapiens. But these two are what? Living in different geographical area. No, but now when few individuals of these two come here, few individuals of these two come here and form a different set of population by dispersement, by immersement. This type of population is called as what? Metapopulation. I'll tell you how. See. If suppose group A is surviving, group A population is present here, okay, and group B population is present here in area. A is present in area A1, B is present in area B1, okay. Now, when few individuals of this population dispersed over here, few individuals of this population dispersed over here, as now they form a different, see, they were what? Earlier they were sister populations living in different area. But now sister population, few members of sister population came here, B member came here, they now living in a different geographical area. But they are what? A and B, right? So this type of population is called as what? Metapopulation. Clear? Any doubt? Just get it. So, till yet we have studied population, group of organisms living together in a particular geographical area is referred to as population. It is of three types: local population, sister population, metapopulation. Local population, population living in a particular area based on what area they are living, what area they are subsidizing, it is considered to be a local population. Homo sapiens living in, example, Homo sapiens living in hills and Homo sapiens living in plains. Then comes sister population, different populations of same organisms found at a different area is called as sister population. I said you Homo sapiens had hills and plains subsidizing. When they are living in a different region or a different area, they are togetherly called as what? They are togetherly called as sister population. Clear? Then comes metapopulation. Metapopulation, I said you that population from A and B will come and live in a particular geographical area and form a different set of population, dispersed and form a different set of population. Such type of population is called as what? Metapopulation. Clear? Now we have completed organism, we have completed population, and now we are moving on towards the species. Now we are moving on towards the third one, that is species. Species, we have seen organism, we have seen population. The only difference what? When we combine group of organism, they are referred to as population. Now what is species? Species is group of population who can interbreed, and are not reproductively isolated and are not. एनसीईआरटी की लाइन है, याद रखो. आप लोग बोलते हो ना एनसीईआरटी की लाइनें रटनी है, ये सारी एनसीईआरटी की लाइन बाय लाइन रटोगे तो समझ में आएगा. 4 पन्ने पलटो, चौथे पन्ने पे मिलेगा 4th पैराग्राफ का फर्स्ट लाइन है ये. Group of population who can interbreed and are not reproductively isolated and are actually reproductively isolated. So, अगर हम लोग स्पीसीज की बात करें तो ग्रुप ऑफ पॉपुलेशन अगर एक साथ रहते हैं तो उसको स्पीसीज नहीं कहते, लेकिन व्हेन दे कैन इंटरब्रीड, दैट टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? स्पीसीज. दैट टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म इज कॉल्ड एज स्पीसीज. सो इट इज सेड टू बी एज it is the basic unit of classification. Which unit? It is the basic unit of classification. Basic unit of classification, which includes structurally, functionally, functionally, structurally, functionally, which it is the basic unit of classification which includes structurally, functionally, and having a common gene pool, similarity, and which can interbreed, and are reproductively isolated. दिस इज द एग्जैक्ट डेफिनेशन ऑफ स्पीसीज। और ये मैंने तभी भी पढ़ाया था जब हम लिविंग वर्ल्ड पढ़ रहे थे, बायोलॉजिकल क्लासिफिकेशन स्टार्ट कर रहे थे, तभी भी हमने देखा था स्पीसीज, बेसिक स्पीसीज, जीनस, फाइलम, ये सब चीजें देखी थी, फैमिली, देन वी केम टू ऑल दिस थिंग। नाउ अब हम जबकि हायर लेवल ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन देख रहे हैं, दिस क्लासिफिकेशन इन्वॉल्व्स व्हाट, दिस क्लासिफिकेशन में क्या कर सकते हैं, तो पहले इस डेफिनेशन को तोड़ मोड़ के समझते हैं। इतना लाइन बाय लाइन इकोलॉजी, नो वन विल टीच यू दिस लाइन बाय line ecology. If you are getting it now, take advantage and move on towards it, because this is gonna add you step by step, 1 foot once you move toward it. So first I said group of population, group and population who can interbreed. Means reproduction between those two organisms is possible. That is natural reproduction. How? Naturally those organism can perpetuate. That is called as what? Interbreed, and are reproductively isolated. Isolated means those two organisms can show proper natural phenomena of reproduction and have a ability to perpetuate their species. That type of organism is called as what? Species. Group of that type of organism, that type of population is called as what? Species. Then comes it, now if we define as based on classification, first of all it is a basic unit of classification. How it is? It is a basic unit of classification, and which includes structurally, functionally, which not only includes structurally, also includes functionally, and having a common gene pool. What do you mean by gene pool? The set of genes which they carry have similarity. Suppose if X chromosome carries a gene XYB or XZ, codes for sex determination in male. So that X chromosome should be present in all the species and should be coded as sex determination for the male. So that type of having a common set of gene pool, that is called as what is, that is present in the species. And secondly, to have a equal set or equal number of chromosomes, that is called as gene pool. Why do you determine gene pool? When there is variation, in the chromosome, the species vary. Whenever we say there is a variation in the chromosome number, the species vary. And then you will say, ma'am, what about the examples what we have studied earlier in genetics, like other syndromes, Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klippel syndrome? Beta, that is exception. That is what we are talking about, right? This is natural. I said, right? Naturally, both the organism can reproduce. Both the organism have the ability to perpetuate. When those organisms have the ability to perpetuate and maintain the species naturally, without any alteration, without any mutation, without any sudden cause, that type of species is called, that type of organism belong to same species and they are reproductively isolated. And the exceptional of it is trisomy case, Klippel syndrome, Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, which we have very well seen in genetics. Now comes types of species and similar gene pool. What is gene pool? I said having equal number or equal set of chromosome, having equal set of chromosomes. clear, okay, and similarity, and which can interbreed and reproductively isolated. This is what I said from the beginning and I ended in the last. Clear? Any doubt in species? Clear it now. Example of species you can take is as Rana tigerina. क्या लग रहा है ये टाइगर की स्पीसीज है? No, this is species of frog. This is species of frog. This is not tiger. Tigerina नाम है तो it is not necessary. It is tiger only. Okay. It is a species of frog which is all over the world. It is known as. This is a species of frog. Another example चलो common सबका favorite Homo sapiens ही ले लो. Species of किसकी species है ये? किसकी स्पीसीज है ये? होमो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म की स्पीसीज है ये, ह्यूमन बीइंग की स्पीसीज है होमो सेपियंस, उसी को बोलते हैं. एंड सिमिलरली राना टाइग्रीना इज नॉट अ स्पीसीज ऑफ टाइगर, इट इज अ स्पीसीज ऑफ फ्रॉग. ओके, सो दिस इज एग्जांपल ऑफ स्पीसीज. नाउ विल सी टाइप्स ऑफ स्पीसीज. स्पीसीज तो देख लिया, अब उनके टाइप्स भी देख लेते हैं. वी आर गोइंग टू सी द टाइप्स ऑफ स्पीसीज. टाइप्स ऑफ स्पीसीज. कुछ टाइप पता है आप लोगों को भी? बता दो जल्दी जल्दी. चलो, कुछ इधर उधर से जो पढ़े होंगे, चीटिंग करके बुक में देखा होगा. बेसिकली हम लोग 3 टाइप के स्पीसीज पढ़ेंगे. एंडेमिक स्पीसीज, ये एग्जांपल याद रखना है, इसके पूछा हुआ क्वेश्चन है ये. एंडेमिक स्पीसीज, कीटोन स्पीसीज एंड क्रिटिकल लिंक स्पीसीज. क्रिटिकल लिंक स्पीसीज. Now, what is endemic species? The species which are present in a particular area, and these are also termed as endangered species, which are rarely found and on the urge to finish it off. Metacichia plant, found in Valley of China, found only in Valley of China, only in coronavirus वाला China, Valley of China. And another example is kangaroo in Australia, kangaroos in Australia. So what I said, endemic species are those species which are mostly endangered species and they are found to be yet to be finished in few of the years. Such kind of species are called as endemic species, and that is also said to be as endemism. Why? Because these species are found only in a particular area. That type of species is also referred to as endemic species. The very good example of it is Metacichia plant, which is mostly found in the Valley of China, and it is extended to be extinct species or endangered species in next 50 years. So the another example is kangaroo in Australia, which is mostly found in the restricted place, that is Australia. That is also it is referred to as endangered species. इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है कि जो species particular area में पाए जाए और उनको chances है कि वो अब खत्म हो सकते हैं या फिर उनके पाए जाने के चांसेस बहुत कम हो जाते हैं, उसी को हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? एंडेमिक स्पीसीज, और दैट इज आल्सो रिफर्ड टू एज एंडेंजर्ड स्पीसीज. ओके, देन कम्स कीटोन स्पीसीज. कीटोन स्पीसीज आर दिस स्पीसीज great influence. This species have great influence. These species have great influence in other respective less biomass on other species. Example, tiger in forest or fig plant in forest. किसे कहते हैं keystone species? वैसी species, that kind of species which influence the action of other species. Those species which maintain the action of other type of species are called as ketone species. Why they are called as ketone species? Because either they are less in number but have great influential ability to manage the circumstances of other species with the physical environment. Such type of species are called as ketone species, and the very good example of it is tiger in the forest or a fig tree in the forest. Now comes the third type of species, which is critical link species. What is critical link species? This species which connects two other species and showing some similarity between those two species. The very good example of it is mycorrhiza, fungi, and the other example of it is honeybee pollinator nectar. Honeybee pollinating nectars. Critical link species are those kind of species which helps to maintain the interrelationship or link between two different species. That kind of species is called as, suppose mycorrhiza is a fungi, or mycorrhizal is a bacteria, or mycorrhizal is a unicellular organism, or mycorrhiza is a plant. What kind of species it is? What kind of organism it is? Either it is bacteria, either it is fungi, either it is what? When this type of organism show relationship between two different kingdom, two different organism or two different species, such type of species is called as critical link species, and very good example of it is mycorrhiza. Now put next topic on it, and very important topic, that is community. So now we are going to see community. Now next comes what? Community. So we are going to see the fourth ecological hierarchy, that is community. Community is defined as group of species living in a particular area, group of species living in a particular area of group of organisms, and which are interdependent and interrelated. Such type of species is called as interdependent and interrelated. Such type of species is called as what? Community. Such type of organization is called as what? Community. A very good example of it is what? Biotic community, which involves plant community plus animal community plus plant community, animal community, and also involving what? Microbial community. What I said in the definition, see, what I said is group of species living in a particular area of group of organisms. When they live in a particular area of what kind of group? But this group is of particular organism, of group of same organism, group of same organism which are interdependent and interrelated. That type of species is called as community. Suppose species of plant community, species of animal community, species of microbial community living together and performing functions and are interrelated. This type of species is called as biotic community, and very good example of community is what? Biotic community. You got that with example? Group of species living in a particular area. Plant community living in this area, animal community living in this area, microbial community living in this area. Of group of same organism. Plant community is made up of plant organism, animal community is made up of animal organism, microbial community is made up of microbes organisms, okay? And which are interdependent. Plant doesn't depend on animal doesn't depend on microbial directly, let me tell you, directly, but they are interdependent, interrelated indirectly, and that type of phenomena when occurs in a particular area, such area is referred to as community, where different types of organism, different types of species live and perform their interrelated, interconnected, interdependent function. That is called as biotic community or example of community. Now we will see few different types in community. Species diversity. Now we'll see what? First, we'll see types in community. Species diversity. Species diversity involve different types of species, different types of species. What does it say? Different types of species. So, we were seeing species diversity, different types of species living in a diversified way in an area is called as species diversity. Species diversity. And it depends on basically few things. It depends on altitude, climate, humidity, temperature, and salinity. And there are few more things which affect the species diversity. Different type of species living in a particular area which depend upon the altitude, climate, humidity, temperature and salinity. And last point of it is, it also depends on size of species, extent of species and number of species. Size of species, extent of species and type of species. Clear? Got it? Species diversity is a different type of species living in a particular area. That type of species is called as species diversity. It involves basically living in a altitude, climate, humidity, temperature and salinity. It basically varies from this thing. And second thing, it also depends on size of species, extent of species and what type of species are presiding in a particular diversity or in a diverse form. Diverse is what? Variety. Variety of species living in a particular area is species diversity. That's all. Now we'll see dominance of species. Now we'll see dominance of species. Before moving on to dominance of species, we end up our lecture today till here, and next class we will begin with a dominance of species. We'll see stratification of lake, we'll see stratification of forest, we will see succession, we will see types of succession, lithosphere, hydrosphere, what are xylosphere, what are xerosphere, salinity and other type of things we will see. And here we conclude our today's part of class in ecology. Today we had begin with, let me go with the summary of the class. It goes that we started as what is ecology, what are branches of ecology, who is the father of ecology. We have seen the father of ecology is Alexander von Humboldt, but the father of Indian ecology is Ramdev Mishra. Okay, and we have seen the introductory part of ecology. Then we have come to what is ecological hierarchy, how organisms are classified. We have moved on to the very first chapter, that is organism and population. What is organism, what is population, we have seen in depth. We have seen how organisms and what are organisms and why it is need to study organisms. Then we have seen population, what are different types of population. We have come to know about three types of population: local population, sister population, meta population. Then we have read about species, we read about different types of species, ketone species, critical link species and other species. Then we have read about, then we came to community. In community we saw different, what are the varieties of organism present, what can be community, biotic, abiotic and other factors. Clear? Then we have shown diversity in species and other things. That's all for today. Next class, from here onwards, we will begin with our dominant species and succession part. Thank you. Thank you very much.